Now, before I touch upon the subject, there is a few things which I'd like to clarify, just so you aren't confused. First thing being, just because I say that you make shitty thumbnails isn't to say that you're a shitty ranter. In fact, some people which I think make shit thumbnails are really, really good ranters. But I'm just saying they make shitty thumbnails. And that's perfectly fine. That has no effect on their content other than the fact that it may deter their viewers from wanting to click on their videos, given if their thumbnail looks really fucking shitty. Secondly, I will be using examples, but it's not in a malicious intent. It's not trying to shame anyone or turn and do it out of spite. The people in this video I'm not going after just because I dislike them. As said, some of the people I may even like and enjoy their content. I'm just showing examples to what I'm trying to say. Don't think I'm trying to stir up any drama. I'm merely just here to provide examples. And thirdly, yes, what I'm saying is subjective. It's just my opinion. Many people may disagree and find their thumbnails to look good. I would disagree, and that's perfectly fine. It's one of those situations where agree to disagree. You think their thumbnails are good? I think their thumbnails are shit. It's one of those things where I just think they're shit and I want to give them pointers. I'm not trying to objectify what I'm saying. I'm merely just here to state my opinion and basically give an opinion which I think many people wouldn't have that much of a problem with. And last but not least, I will like to say, yes, I've made shitty thumbnails myself. I'm not exempt from that equation. I have made shitty thumbnails and I'm willing to improve. In fact, some of the prerequisites of what constitutes a bad thumbnail fall under to what some of my thumbnails do. I'm well aware, and I'm willing to improve. But with that out of the way, let's start. One of the many issues I have with quite a lot of ranters as thumbnails is the fact that they don't comprehend what looks good together. They'll just mesh all of this shit together as an amalgamation of stuff which they think looks good. But it doesn't. It doesn't look good when it's mixed together with other stuff which you think looks cool. You think to yourself, oh, well, that texture in the background looks really, really good. Maybe it'll look good if I put it next to an image of myself. It doesn't. Having a metal backdrop doesn't make your thumbnail look good. In fact, it actually does the opposite. It deters your viewers, because if that's really your way of attempting to wow your audience, then that's just sad. By taking a texture as a background, then a picture of yourself which most likely will look like a derp face, and then putting text which is essentially the title of the video, and then just meshing that together doesn't always look good. In fact, for the most part, it looks like shit. Like people like Spiztriz's thumbnails, like a vast majority of the people that post are Not Productive, Take Shot Action, Ranter and Shades, The Random Gangster, and so on and so forth. Do this exact same fucking formula. Give or take a few things, but it's essentially the same thing. Even Gildo's Rant to an extent does this stuff, but with the exception of the fact that she can pull it off for the most part. What's worse is when people repeat the same text over and over and over again. It just looks dull. When glancing on your channel, it just looks like you repeat the same thing. You know, it's just the same old with this guy. And that's the problem. It's okay to have a recognized style in your thumbnails, but it's not okay to just repeat the same shit over and over again. The same text and maybe the same background, and maybe just a bit of an adjusted colour, and that's really it. It's just repetitive. If it looked good once, then fine. Keep it that way. Make it look good once. Don't repeat it. Making your thumbnails repetitive as shit just makes you look like a dull ranter. It makes you look as if you're really just afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone, at least in the realm of, your thumbnails. Maybe stretch out of your comfort zone. Make thumbnails which actually interest the viewers. Something which could really get across your idea, where it can actually wow the audience, rather than just my face, texture, text, and then you're done. And sometimes an even basic thumbnail can turn out really well, provided it actually has a meaning behind it. For example, My words aren't offensive. People are a thumbnail. That was a fairly basic thing to do in Photoshop. It didn't take that long. I think it took like 5 minutes at most. It really wasn't that difficult. But it was actually a pretty good thumbnail regardless, because it actually had a message. It was showing restriction, a lack of freedom, in a video talking about where people want you to restrict your language. I've went on for quite some time about what I think constitutes a bad thumbnail. How about we talk about what makes a good thumbnail? I would say a good thumbnail is one which can demonstrate the message without having to have all of this shit, all of this flashy bullshit, without having to have a picture of yourself, the text in a background. Maybe be able to actually convey an image which is more interesting, more aesthetically pleasing, more versatile than just your face and text. Being able to convey an idea without having to show your face in the thumbnail can be leaps and bounds better than just showing your face. In my opinion, I think showing your face just closes off so many creative doors. It closes off so many doors which you could fill in to make a thumbnail which is interesting to look at and good. Maybe learn more about digital art. Maybe learn how to make a thumbnail which actually looks somewhat decent, rather than something which just looks as if it's been made on MS Paint. Bottom line, be creative. Make thumbnails that are more creative than just basic bullshit.